Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the cat lady. So, we are being led around by this old lady who wants us to kill 5 parasites, quote unquote, that are apparently very evil people that want to do me and other people harm in the living world. But right now we're in kind of a limbo state after we attempted or committed suicide. I guess we committed it if we're in limbo by swallowing a bunch of sleeping pills. And she says she has something, the old lady to the left of the screen, she's already walked off to the left, says she has something to show me to convince me to become her warrior. She's going to give me immortality so I cannot die as long as the parasites are alive. And I don't really want to do it because, as Susan Ashworth here, I am a very depressed person, obviously committed suicide. But we have to follow, so we will follow.
Yes, it's you, Susan. Come closer. Say hello.
I don't want to look at it. Haven't I had enough yet? That body in the ambulance. Then the forest. But this place is... This is exactly what I was trying to run away from. I don't want to be here. Make it go away.
I assumed it would be wise to give you a little taste of the suffering you'd endure. I want you to understand that you can keep going long after you can't.
So, she doesn't want to be in this room for a specific reason. Crowbar, we might as well examine it. And take it. Crucified, all alone, in one place that's changed at all. I really don't want to be here. Can't walk off the screen. And so let's talk to Death, question mark. We never asked who this was. We didn't even care.
Susan, it's time to make a decision. The parasites are coming, whether you want it or not. You haven't really got much choice. You must stand up for yourself.
So, I'm playing as Susan Ashworth, a very depressed person, so saying I take orders from nobody, I'll do it my way, is way too self-determined for Susan Ashworth as a character. As Rydo, I may choose that, but I have to do fine, I'll do what you want. Or you could just ask about the parasites again, but not necessary. We know pretty much as she's gonna tell.
Fine. I'll do what you want.
Excellent. I'm glad you have put your trust in me.
I haven't really got anyone else.
You shall not regret this, my dear. Lights up.
Let me just jump. We are back in the house.
We're back in the house.
Yes, but there is something else that must be done. You cannot leave my kingdom before a sacrifice is made.
What? Isn't it enough already?
Do not worry, my child. This is a mere formality I'm speaking of. The door to your world won't open unless you make a sacrifice of soul and a sacrifice of blood.
It doesn't sound good at all.
No,
See
it
those
doesn't.
candles here? Just blow one out, and that's it. Like I said, it's just a formality. Then on your way out, you will have to shed a few drops of blood. Not much, just a bit. Enough to open the door.
How much exactly?
Don't be afraid. It's easy Anyone can do it.
True.
Just a sharp scratch. Is that how you used to say it?
True. Anyone can bleed as long as they're alive. So, do I want information? I think I do, because I'd be afraid.
Tell me about the sacrifice of soul.
Like I said, it's just a formality. See those candles here? Just blow one out, and that's it.
But which one?
You can choose. It doesn't matter as long as you do it.
Tell me about the sacrifice of blood.
Like I said, it's just a formality. On your way out, you will have to shed a few drops of blood. Not much, just a bit. Enough to open the door.
How much, exactly?
Don't be afraid. It's easy. Anyone can do it. Just a sharp scratch. Is that how you used to say it?
It's always a little bit of a shame in video games that it is rather necessary to have dialogue choices that just repeat the same thing. As you have a bigger budget, you usually rewrite those lines of dialogue so they say it slightly different, or they actually acknowledge the fact that they're repeating themselves. But it is so easy for video game players who have been trained for decades now to not really pay attention. Run around, shoot the bad guy. Oh, there's a target on your map, shoot them. Who cares who they are? Who cares what they said? People just don't listen to dialogue. And so, yeah, I could see a small percentage of players, if they were told what to do, then left to their own devices, would have forgotten what to do a minute later, 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later. So it is necessary to have these things. Unfortunately, it then opens the door, which is a constant problem in adventure games, point-and-click adventure games, or in this case, a mouse, not point-and-click adventure because it's only keyboards, that you'll assume you're going to get more information by asking the same question twice, and you don't. Well, they haven't found a middle ground quite yet to fix that. At least I haven't.
Fine. I'll do that. Wish me luck, strange lady.
I do. When you leave my house, head to the field. That's where you should be. Goodbye, my child. I'm not going to be far. I've never been.
So, candle exam.
Strange. The flame seems strong and steady, but there is no smoke.
So she didn't repeat her dialogue the second time. Interesting. But she did say it this time. So assuming she doesn't really care, I'm just going to start with the closest one. What's this?
They left me no choice, Alice. Maybe one day you'll forgive me.
See how easy that was? Now, head back to the field. You've got a job to do, Susan.
So apparently I just killed somebody. Or pushed somebody to commit suicide. Wow. I can't touch the painting. I tried to touch it before and then lied and said I wasn't trying to touch it.
What the? How did I get back here?
So my body is still right here. Still nothing in my pockets. We've seen 3 copies of my body lying around. Again, the music, pretty cool music to be playing right now. Even in this brightly lit field now, it's just somehow slightly depressing. Now if I continue this way, it's just this section. And there's nothing I can do on this section because there's just a pile of rubble. I mean, I guess I could come over here and see if maybe this crowbar that I picked up, which I imagine you had to pick it up, otherwise you wouldn't have been able to move forward. Just an ordinary crowbar. But what was it doing on the cross? As useful as these things can be, there's nothing I can crowbar here. Alright. It is a very strange system with the press up for interactions with things in the world, press down for inventory. It seems very obvious that the creator of this game had a story to tell and not really the skill to make their own engine, so they were using some other engine that seems even very old. It's dark inside. Alright. So we've had this plank and we had this machine. We examined it before, but I didn't have any reason to interact with it. I see a plank, I have a crowbar. So I imagine this is what I'm supposed to switch on. How strange, there doesn't seem to be a single switch or button on this machine. How do you turn it on? Let's see, let's pull the planks. I'm not strong enough to pull them off with my bare hands. Look through. There's definitely something there. I can't tell for sure, but it looks like a switch. Alright. The hole's been boarded up with planks. The sign underneath says emergency power switch danger. Alright. Crowbar, use. Ooh. That does not look good. That does not look pretty at all. Let's look in that hole now. It's dark inside. All this blood around the hole. Was someone hurt here? I guess we need to hit the switch. Let's reach inside. Cut off my arm. Why? Help! The door shut on me. I guess that's how you start the machine. With a little bit of blood. Now I can go. This is a really good soundtrack, by the way. I told you it was going to be a scary game in the first episode. And that's chapter 1, the prologue. And now we start chapter 2. Second first breath.
Yes, I do enjoy fine art. Thank you for noticing. There's a certain raw beauty to it that modern painters often fail to recreate. I always wanted to be an artist myself, but it'll be a long time before I can call myself that. I often say that patients are my canvas, but my job is more about restoration, obviously. I look at the damaged human minds and bring them back to their former beauty. I'm sorry, I'm probably boring you.
No, it's not that. It's just... It's been a difficult couple of days. I'd really like to go home.
Of course, and go home you will. As soon as we've done this little assessment, okay? You probably know how it works. I've read in your file you used to be a nurse.
Yes, I know very well how it works. You want to check if I'm nuts.
Well, I wouldn't use that expression, obviously. But yes, we have to make sure you're safe and figure out how to help you. Also, as a nurse yourself, you know there's always paperwork involved. These forms won't fill themselves. Honestly, Susan, you have nothing to worry about. This is just a formality. I could tell straight away that you are not nuts.
Fine. What would you like to know? I will answer all your questions. Then I'll go home, take a long shower, and catch up on sleep.
Wonderful. Let's see then. Where do we begin?
So, is this a flashback or what? I don't know.
She's
I
awake,
have both
Doctor.
my arms. But the first
evening.
chapter could have been a dream.
It's good to see you awake at last. You're in the Cedar Lake Hospital. My name is Andrew. I'm one of the doctors. Would you confirm your name for me, please?
Let's see. So what's my goal here? Do I want to ignore or get out of here? I suppose cooperation is the best way to get out of any situation for at least a time. So let's answer.
Susan Ashworth.
Hello, Mrs. Ashworth. I'm glad to see you're all right. You're on the ward now. Your condition is stable. I can see your brain functions just fine and there's no permanent damage of any sort. We've checked your internal organs and they're fine too. You're a very lucky lady, Susan. You might experience extreme tiredness and lethargy for a couple of days, but that should soon pass. I would advise plenty of rest now. The nurses on this ward will take it from here. Please let them know if you need anything.
The subtitle said
Take care,
Miss
Mrs. Ashworth.
and he said Susan. And
Please,
they
don't
had
try to speak.
Tiny little
What did you
mistake.
say? Don't worry, Mrs. Ashworth. Your arm is fine. No. There was nothing wrong with your arm, darling. Now calm down.
So this
Would you
is-
like me to get you some water? Let me get you a drink. I'll be back in a second.
It's weird too that the nurses and the patients would both have blue colored clothes. I've never seen that in any hospital.
I'm sorry, Susan. Did I wake you? I have to take your blood pressure. 2 seconds and I'm gone. My name is Liz, by the way. I'm sorry. I know this isn't very nice. Believe me, I hate waking people up just for this. But being a nuisance is part of my stupid job, unfortunately. Oof, I hate this place. Tell you what, Susan. Can I call you Susan? So anyway, I shouldn't say it, but you know I'm going to anyway. You are so lucky. It's crazy. You doing what you've done, and her walking in, seeing what she saw. That was a chance. 1 in a million. I'm not making any sense again, am I? I'm tired.
Somebody found
They're
me.
working us to death here, you know. Modern day slavery. One day I'll tell him what I really think. I swear I will. Ah, and here it is. You've got the blood pressure of an 18-year-old.
There's
Just
a
wanted to say you're
mistake
lucky,
here,
I think.
and it
And
would
that I
have
hope
helped.
you've changed your mind about some things. Got to go, but
It
I'll
would
see you
have helped the
later.
scene too.
You take care, sweetheart, yeah?
Usually, they take your blood pressure on your left arm, not your right, and that would have meant the nurse would have been facing towards the screen instead of us looking at her backside for that entire scene. So, that one flaw didn't add it up to another mistake. What?
Bad dream?
I keep going to sleep and waking up. I guess, yeah, a really bad one.
Yeah, a really bad one.
I knew it. I could see as soon as I came in the room that you were having a nightmare. I guess I shouldn't have woken you up. What was it about?
I was burnt alive.
Actually, it reminds me of something that happened the other day. There was this woman on the emergency unit, and she really wanted to smoke, you know? But they wouldn't let her, of course. She wasn't well at all.
I don't think
Not
a
just
nurse would
injured,
ever sit
but
on the
not right in
patient's
the head.
bed either.
She was on 10 litres of oxygen through the face mask. She had to stay in bed, she was told. But she wouldn't listen, of course. And as soon as they'd left, she lit up a fag. The whole room went up in flames, and so did she. I guess you didn't really want to know that, did you? That's just me and my big gob. Typical. I never know when to shut up.
Okay, again, I kind of have some extra medical knowledge through events that have happened in my own life, and oxygen machines only go up to 5 liters of oxygen, at least the ones I've seen. So 10 is twice as much and would almost certainly explode the lungs or cause other problems, because if you get too much oxygen, then your lungs don't have a reflex to actually exhale at all, so you never get the carbon dioxide out. So no research there. I'm being very nitpicky here, but yeah, they only go up to 5 liters of oxygen. Maybe a room would explode if it was full of oxygen, maybe, but it doesn't even really work that way. Oxygen machines concentrate the air that's around the room. It can certainly help start a fire and spread a fire, but it's not going to replace all the other gases in a room so that it was 100% oxygen. That's just not how they work. In fact, it's very fascinating how they do work, but it's basically some kind of electronic sponge system that sucks only oxygen molecules in and spits them out into a different pipe. Let's see. Let's ask her full name.
What was your name again?
I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I? I always do that. So sorry, Susan. My name is Elizabeth. But you can call me Liz, like everyone else.
You're here a lot. Every
True.
time I open my eyes, I see you.
They make auxiliaries do crazy hours here. Seriously. I feel like I've got no life sometimes.
She may
I'll
not
be here
actually
till
be
the
a
morning.
nurse. She may just be
To be honest, I keep coming here to hide.
another helper.
Please don't give me away. I just want to rest my legs for 2 minutes, that's all.
Let's ask what happened to me, just to make sure that I swallowed pills and somebody found me and ended up in the hospital, so we know the timeline.
What happened to me?
Well, how much do you remember?
I took some pills, and I fell asleep in the chair. I remember how the room kept spinning around me slowly. I felt so calm, and then...
So we're not going to give out any information about Limbo because why would we? That seems crazy and that's going to get me locked up.
I woke up here and I saw you. Can you now tell me who found me and what happened?
Well, your body went into a coma. You were lucky she came home and found you. I told you that before.
Came
What?
home early.
Who found me?
Your daughter, of course. She
Daughter?
called an ambulance. If it wasn't for her, you'd sure be dead now, Susan.
My daughter.
Yes. Why? Why'd you look so pale all of a sudden, Susan?
I don't have a daughter. Whoever she is, she lied.
But why would she do that?
How should I know? I was in a coma, apparently.
So she lied. It doesn't change the fact that you owe her your life.
I was fine. I didn't ask for any help. Sorry. How long have I been here?
I was told you arrived at the hospital at 7 in the evening. You had a cardiac arrest in the ambulance. They had to resuscitate you. Your heart stopped beating for nearly a minute, but they managed to bring you back.
So I was only
You went to the
dead for a
intensive care
minute.
unit, where they gave you a dose of antidote and pumped your stomach. As soon as your condition was stable, they brought you on this ward. It's called Dime Ward. I call it Die Ward, because all the patients who come here want to die. It's a suicide watch unit. That's why it's so strict. You have to be careful. Nurses here are trigger happy with the sedatives.
When will they let me go home?
I'm not sure. Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow. Look, I shouldn't say that, but you seem like a nice person. I feel like I should warn you. There's this doctor here. They call him Dr. X. He's a chief of psychiatry in this hospital. You won't be able to go home until he's talked to you, and he's really good at getting into your head. You know what I'm saying? He will ask you a lot of tricky questions. But he's a really great guy. You should trust him.
Interesting. So, do I need to know more about Dr. X? Yes, I
Tell me
think I
more
do.
about this Dr. X.
His name is Xavier Zellman, but everyone just calls him Dr. X. He comes on the ward often, usually late in the afternoon or in the evening. I personally really like him, but you hear all sorts of stories in a place like this, you know. I don't know what to believe anymore. All I know is he's been very friendly and supportive. Some doctors won't even say hello to you, but Dr. X usually stops and asks how I am. He knows I have some problems. He can see I'm not happy here. He actually offered me some free weekly sessions. I think I might take him up on his offer.
What are they saying about him?
Oh yeah, they say he's a big flirt. Nurses, cleaners, patients. He doesn't care, as long as they're wearing a skirt. One girl I knew, Linda, I heard they had an affair. Stupid girl. Well, she left, and I never saw her again. Now, why do you think that is?
Sounds
Dr.
like the
X got her
audio
knocked
was
up.
recorded in
They
two
covered it up
places.
and quietly got rid of her. Probably paid her some money. I don't know how these things work, but it must have been enough to shut her up. I bet he'll be more careful now. But I can't really say a bad word about him, personally. Well, one thing. Maybe. Don't laugh, okay? He's got a weird smell.
What do you mean?
He smells funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just bad aftershave. Or maybe it's something he eats.
Oh, thanks for the warning. I'll try not to get too close to him.
Now that I think about it, there's something else too. I'll tell you this, Susan. He starts talking to you, and you just open up and tell him everything. It's very odd. I don't exactly hide things from people, but he got some really private stuff out of me. Really private. You know what I mean? Things I wouldn't tell my mother about. And we haven't even started those sessions yet. So, be prepared for that.
Sure, but it's a bit too late for me to hide how I feel now anyway. I think I made it very clear when I swallowed those pills.
It's very strange in a video game to be just stuck in a bed and have to talk your way through things.
Did you see this daughter of mine?
No, sorry, Susan. Apparently she came in the ambulance with you, but then she remembered something and had to go. I think someone mentioned she went in quite a hurry.
Of course she did. She was worried I'd ask her what she was doing in my flat.
Saving your life?
Do I really have to give her a benefit of the doubt just because of that?
One would assume so. That girl is a hero. Maybe real heroes always leave before their identity is revealed.
Or she was a burglar, attempting to steal from me.
That's a possibility too. Have you got anything very precious in your flat?
Maybe. Tell me something more about yourself.
Me? I'm a nobody. I'm just a hard-working girl. We all have to pay our bills somehow, right? I rent a room not far from here. There are 2 other girls living in the house. One is an auxiliary nurse, like me. She's always sick. The other one is a stripper. At least I think so. She's never home at night.
Maybe she works at night, like you.
Yeah, but I don't leave for work wearing red stockings and heels, do I?
No, you're right. You're a real nurse, not some man's fantasy of one.
I used to do all that for my boyfriend. You know, dress up as a sexy nurse and all. Well, I did it just once, really. He didn't like it that much. He didn't like me that much either. Broke up with me last Valentine's Day. Of all the days, he chose that one, eh? He never told me why, but I don't care anymore.
Yeah, that's why you just brought it up out of the blue. Alright, well, it's time to end another recording, and I can't hit escape in the middle of the dialogue, so we'll just have to leave it right here. We're learning a lot of stuff. Is it important stuff? I don't know. It's intriguing stuff, at least. And that's where we're going to have to leave it. Not too much horror, actually, in this after the cutting off your arm. You have a big shock, and then you have some falling action to let people calm down and feel that sense of security so you can rip the rug right out from under them. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.